All right, we are live. What is going on, Lions fans? We're on the eve of our game in Baltimore against the Ravens. Let's talk about it. What's going on, Lions fans? Well, as you can see, I am rolling solo tonight. Still, we're going to talk about this game tomorrow. We are in Baltimore taking on the Ravens, looking at a chance to go 6-1. Before we start breaking down parts of the game, let's actually look at the injury report. If you can see the screen that I'm sharing right here, let's look at our Lions. Let's start with the guys on the bottom of the screen that are unspecified for their game status, meaning that we don't exactly know if they're going to play or not. Center Frank Ragnow, toe, he had a full practice Thursday and Friday. I believe that he'll play. Tight end Sam Laporta with his calf, limited practice. Wednesday and Thursday, full practice. Friday, I believe he'll play. Running back Jameer Gibbs, hamstring, limited practice Wednesday and Thursday, full practice on Friday. I'm believing he'll play. It looks like Teddy Bridgewater will be back in his backup spot. Brian Branch, this one was a little surprising to me. His ankle, it says that he actually had limited practice Wednesday, Thursday, but he had a full practice on Friday. Not sure if we're going to see Brian Branch, but if he can get out there and give us something, that would be great. As for the players who are questionable, meaning that they'll play, Craig Reynolds is banged up a little bit with his hamstring and toe. He didn't practice Wednesday, and he had limited practice Thursday and Friday. Joshua Pascal is questionable. He had limited practice Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then we have our other tight end, James Mitchell, limited practice Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Unfortunately, the players who will be out in this game, running back David Montgomery with his ribs, he didn't practice any of those days, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And Jonah Jackson is out. He also did not practice any of those days. So we will see a backup in at left guard, and we will see more than likely Jameer Gibbs, Craig Reynolds, and I'm not sure who could be the third running back in for our Lions. So now that we know who's injured and who's out, let's talk about this game a little bit. First, let's talk about our boys on defense. What do the Lions need to do on defense to win this game? Well, we know who they're playing against. Lamar Jackson is playing under a new offense, but we're talking about Lamar Jackson, who can make plays not only with his arm, but also with his legs, which is what makes him very dangerous. And we all know that this has been a Lions Achilles heel in the past, quarterbacks who can move with their legs. Listen, even though we handled the Bears in both the games we played them last year, Justin Fields still gave us fits. But we're talking about a much better version of that. So what I believe is going to have to happen is this. Let's start with the front seven or the front six since we run that big nickel. I believe that we're going to have to get pressure on Lamar Jackson. And when the D ends crash in, they're going to have to make their initial move and then turn back in on the inside because where Lamar Jackson is dangerous with his legs is running right through the middle of the tackles, not rolling out on the outside, but going right through the middle. And when you have a fast quarterback like Lamar Jackson and linebackers that may be 5, 6, 7 yards off the ball, those are big plays for him. So I believe that we have to keep him contained. The next order of business is our linebackers. Our linebackers who actually have been doing a good job, they have to stop the run. They cannot let the running backs get in any type of groove. The corners and the safeties are going to have to do a good job of keeping everything underneath. They have to keep the wide receivers contained, but also playing close enough to where Lamar Jackson does not feel the need to take off with his legs and make those big plays. I think that if we can do that, our defense will do good enough to hold them. All right, let me move on and let's talk about our offense. What does our offense need to do to win this game? Well, the big thing to note is our running backs. Our running backs are banged up. David Montgomery, who has been the bell cow, the workhorse, if you will, he is not going to play. And as I mentioned in our last video, Craig Reynolds, as much as I love him, he is not giving us a lot in the run game. So what we're gonna need is hopefully Jameer Gibbs is back. Hopefully he's, let's just call it 90%. And if Jameer Gibbs is 90%, hopefully he can give us something. Hopefully they can find a way to finally get this young man loose and we can use his speed, get him on the outside, get him one on one, get him out there at open space, and hopefully he can do enough to keep the clock running to give us some positive yards out there. Quarterback Jared Goff just has to do exactly what he's been doing, managing the game, stepping in, making the plays when he needs to, keeping his eyes downfield, letting loose of the ball, because Baltimore does have a good defense, finding the soft spots in the zones. As for our wide receivers, we need Amon St. Brown. We need someone. What I meant to say is someone other than Amon to really give Jared Goff some targets. We need Sam Laporta to show up like he's been the last few weeks. It would be very nice to see Jameson Williams take the top off the defense, spread those safeties down the field, make the safeties think twice about coming up and make them think that they have to stay deep because of Jameson Williams. And then we have the other cast of characters who can make plays. We're talking about Khalif Raymond and Josh Reynolds, and maybe even Marvin Jones could give us a few catches here or there. I think that our receivers can do enough against these Ravens linebackers and corners to keep the game honest. Now remember, Baltimore has a very good defense. And with Roquan right in the middle of it, he's very good at covering tight ends. So we're gonna need Sam Laporta to basically keep him at bay and not let him stay right up so close to the line of scrimmage. Maybe move him out down the field. But I have a feeling that offensive coordinator Ben Johnson has something in store for them. As for our special teams, I think that special teams will play a part. Now, I have to tell you, I did not actually look at the weather for this game for tomorrow. So I'm not sure how much of a factor it will be. I don't know if it's going to be rainy, if it's going to be cold or windy. I'm actually not sure, but being on the East Coast, I wouldn't be surprised. Our special teams is going to have to show up. Jack Fox is going to have to pin guys back on punts. We can't have shank punts. We can't have punts that just go straight up in the air and don't get any distance. We need Jack Fox to do his thing. And as for our kicking game, I believe that just like last week against the Buccaneers, our kicking game is going to play a major part. Which brings me to my prediction. Now, when my son and I did our prediction for the season, we kind of went on a game by game basis. This is one of the games that I said I thought our Lions would lose. I thought that the game being in Baltimore, I thought that Baltimore would do just enough to win the game. But as I look at some of the other factors and I look at the way that our Lions have been playing, and I'm looking at the fact that, hey, there's a little bit of pressure on our guys. The Lions have to come through with a big win. We're 5-1, but the wins we have, they were good wins. Kansas City, we won, but of course there were people crying, saying, "Well, Kelsey wasn't in the game and receivers dropped the balls, blah 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 blah." We lose the Seattle game, and now we just run off four more wins in a row against basically middle of the road teams, except for the Panthers. That the Panthers are at the bottom of the league right now. So this game right here would actually be huge for our Lions. It would be a huge win. With that said, I'm flip flopping on my initial prediction, and what I am going to predict is that our Lions will win the game. Our Lions will show that they are legit, that they are for real, and they will beat an actual top 10 team tomorrow. 27-23 Lions. And as you can see, the 27 score, this is why I said that I believe that our special teams is going to have to play a major part because I think that our kicker has to get us at least two kicks. And we are still having a few nightmares from 2 years ago. So with that 66-yard field goal that Justin Tucker kicked. So the reason why I have us winning by four is because we cannot have this game within 2 to 3 points, especially not with that lunatic on the other side with that robotic leg kicking the ball. But I do believe it. I'm not saying this just because I'm a Lions diehard or I'm a Lions apologist. I'm actually honestly saying this because I truly believe that we can win this game tomorrow. 27-23 Lions. All right, Lions fans, that's all I got. I won't keep you long. I just want to get in and get his prediction video in. My son couldn't get on with me, but if you check our TikTok page, I'm sure that he may put up a video between tonight and tomorrow morning giving his quick thoughts. But if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can keep talking Lions football. As you see on the screen right there, there's our TikTok page. Go over there and follow it. You see at the bottom of the screen, there's our Twitter/X page. Go ahead and follow that. And as a lot of you already know, there's our YouTube page. If you don't know, go over there, subscribe, like the videos, comment. Let's just have some fun with this, Lions fans. Other than that, Lions fans, I'm looking forward to a good game tomorrow. And that's all I have for now. Peace.